Hey, can I show you something I had done here?
What you got?
Yeah. So this right here is the
Before we get started, I would like to mention that our website is officially live. If you go to any web browser, type in zhbgarage.com, you will be greeted with our homepage where you can see everything about us, the cars that we've worked on, the services that we provide, and also the merch that has been long awaited, people have been asking us for. Currently available, we have stickers, t-shirts, and work shirts that I'm wearing right here. So head down in the description below, there will be a link to zhbgarage.com, or go to any web browser like I said. We're happy to finally be able to offer this. There will be many more things to come in the soon future, so stay tuned.
All right, so we got Mr. Vincent back here again with this fine, super clean 63. 1 year, what I understand, right? There's a 1 year split window?
1 year.
He only made him 1 year.
That's it.
Crazy enough. So we're doing a full restore here. We got suspension. He wants that old school 175 horsepower to sing.
That's it.
327 Fury. So he brought a container of stuff. We blocked out the next month and a half. And we're just gonna build this thing.
I'm thinking just about anything that we can do to set this up for the next 15 years of its life, I want to get done.
I'm ready!
We got suspension, we got gaskets, I've got a rear axle.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, axle rod, sorry.
He's got a full gasket set, but we already did the intake and kind of the top end. We'll check on that. We might only do the oil pan gasket. We'll see. That's to be determined. He's more worried about suspension because I guess you've had a problem.
The rear end's always been a little loose.
For a while.
A little knocky.
You got some documentation.
You got some documentation that
you
backs up the veracity of those claims.
You got a bad rear end.
Yeah.
You got a loose rear end.
Yeah.
I'll let you beat on the knockoffs
Oh yeah?
with the hammer.
Yeah?
You got dibs. I can't use a hammer on a Chevy.
Against your religion?
Yeah, it's only a Ford thing. You beat the knockoffs off and then I'll get it racked up and we'll get started. Yeah, give it a wiggle jiggle. Everything's. Oh, you got sturdy that is. That's steady Eddie right there. This is in a nutshell what we're starting. This is a basic starter kit, I guess. We got Rytec shocks, got a little upgraded on the shocks. We have new tie rod adjuster sleeves, inner and outer tie rods. We have the clamps, upper and lower control arm bushings, upper and lower ball joints, upper and lower bump stops. Got idler arm, sway bar end links. We have factory rivets and the bolts and everything for the ball joints. We've got some urethane engine mounts. Then we go to the rear suspension parts. So we have shims, arms, bolts, all kinds of stuff. Got new axles, rear shocks, the front and rear are adjustable so we can kind of firm it up, soften it up a little bit, just right a little bit. Like we talked about, we have the gasket set for the engine, so whatever we find leaking on there. And then we have the clutch, which is in question, the whole clutch, pressure plate, the raw bearing. So I'm gonna start, I think the best plan of attack on this thing is we're gonna start in the front, and then when we get the drag link drop down out of the way to do the idler and everything, then we're gonna attack the engine mounts, and then we're going to decide if we're just going to seal the oil pan because the drag link will be out of the way. So if we're going to take the pan off, we want to do the timing cover. So we're going to see if we're going to do the timing cover at the same time. It's already like a chihuahua. It's already marking its territory over here. Sorry. So that's the game plan, I think. So I got the passenger tire off here, the front one. So this was in here a while ago. Gosh, it's been a little bit now. And we already upgraded the front end, the brakes to a disc brake. It was a drum front end, so this is all new. So we're gonna obviously keep this. We got new brake lines and everything on here. All the hard lines are replaced, so that's why this is all nice and cherry because we've already done this. But you can see why he's worried about the front end. That's the way this was here, little sway bar bracket. So he wants to. That's why we're checking out the whole thing and rebuilding this, so we can hammer down. He wants to bang some gears. So I'm gonna start by taking the shocks off here. Corvettes are funny because the front control arms are so far forward. It's like the engine's been set back 25 inches. A lot of this stuff is on the loose side for sure. Make sure to hold the caliper. I know how you guys feel about your calipers hanging. Delicate brake line here, can't handle any stress. Control arm is too wide to simply come out. So now I took the studs out that are kind of pressed in there. They have a knurl on them because I didn't have enough room to slide off of the stud because of the shroud. Now I got the control arm to move, so then it was hitting the belt for the alternator. So I took the belt off, moved the alternator all the way over. Alternator was in the, well, alternator bracket was in the way. So we took the alternator off, the alternator bracket, and we have...
Eventually.
And we have success! We made it! I'm sure you're gonna want to do a little cleaning up though. I don't know why we got like cardboard over here or something. It looks like it's cardboard. It looks like a piece of paper up there. I think it's just some nasty dirt.
This is not cardboard.
Well, it initially looked like a piece of cardboard up there. Get it in here in the groove. Get the head of it all nice. You gotta be careful because there's no problem taking your finger off too. See, we clean that up and we come over here. Clean that all up. Then you take it over to the spray booth over there and you give it a coat of paint. Just depends on how much of a tweaker you want to turn into. Or if you just want to go down and buy new hardware, or if you just want to put it back in. Get it all set up in the spray booth. Get your paint mix.
And that's regular old Rust-Oleum, right?
This is good stuff. This is engine paint. This is high temp. This is like 4A's.
Good stuff.
Then you give it a base coat. Okay, then as you tweak out on your next set, then you come back and give it a second coat. Then you give it a little flippy flip. By the time you get your suspension all ready to go back together, you got nice clean hardware. Then you get in your spray booth.
All right. Yeah, nice.
You gotta act like you know what you're doing. We're gonna finish getting this tie rod assembly out of the way by taking the inner tie rod off.
Can I show you something I had done here?
What you got?
Yeah. So this right here is the Corvette sales brochure from 1963 that I had signed. Well, I didn't have signed, but is signed by Zora Duntov, the designer of the C2 Corvette. But I had this wicked frame done that shows the whole brochure and the inside of the brochure as well,
Bam.
so you don't get stuck just looking at the outside for the rest of its life.
So what did this brochure come in? Did it come with something?
This is the advertising brochure for the 63 that would have been handed out at a Chevrolet dealership.
The problem is though, when you get it out and you get driving it, you get the, oh, you're taking your dad's car out today, huh?
Well, yeah, that's okay.
So all those wheels don't match. They're not numbers matching.
No, what the biggest complaint is that the wheel weights are on the outside.
Did you
so-
tell the people to go get their car and show you how their weights are on the inside?
Yeah, he did. He showed me. He had a 67, and they were not visible. And I go, okay, well, I guess it's possible then. Way to go.
What? Grenade.
So we got the front suspension all tore off. Now the task of cleaning up. You got to be careful because you'll start somewhere and you'll just keep migrating. So we try to just concentrate right here. Control arm sits right here. So just try to clean up underneath the control arm and just where it sits. So now we're getting ready to go back together. Got a little paint on it. Got the new bump stop in here, but we do have the bushings pressed in. So we got the control arms somewhat cleaned up. It looks like they put some sort of paint on here that you brush on, and it was super thick. And it was actually over the top of debris and rust and stuff. So we got the uppers cleaned up a little bit more. Didn't really pay much attention to the bottom just because time and the ability to clean it, but we got our new bushings pressed in. So this is ready to go back on. Lower control arms are pretty decent. Same deal, got the bushings in it. Vincent brought a little steamer, his home steamer, thought it was gonna work, and I didn't think it was going to, but he was happy with the outcome. Getting the grease hot pretty much so you can wipe it off. But he's over here, looks like he's cleaning his bathroom or something, all a piece of cardboard cleaning up his control arms. So here we have the driver's side going back together. It's looking really good. We got our bump stop on it. We didn't worry about cleaning up the springs. This is a driver. This guy's gonna drive this car. That's why we're going to suspension. So we're not trying to make it, show quality cherry. As crazy as that sounds, being a, 63 split window Corvette. New ball joints, same deal. Got our bump stops here, lower control arm, and our bump stop on our upper control arm ball joint in, and then we already showed the brakes before. If I had to get the hardware, I had to get some bolts for the shock. That's why the shocks aren't in it yet. The new shocks have a thicker bottom, so the bolts, well, I didn't like the hardware anyways, they're mixed match. So we got some longer bolts and some matching nice grade 8s. Coming along nicely, we like it, he's super happy. So we come underneath here, you can see we got the engine mounts put in. The mounts are a little different in style. The original bolts that were in it are a little too long, so I'm getting new bolts. And it's kind of cool, after we got the oil pan off, it's hard to see on the camera, but every rod says John written on the side of it in like a Sharpie. And if you see the front of the crankshaft here where it says Big John written on it, that was Vincent's stepdad that actually did the restoration on this whole entire car. The machine shop, wherever he took it to get this short block balanced, wrote that on there so they knew whose crank it was. And it's crazy that after all this time of driving it and the hot oil and everything splashing on it, that it didn't even wear any of it off. It's clear as day. You can see the name on the front of it. It was pretty trick. He liked it because you can see in the pictures that they have of when he did the restoration, you can see this in the picture. And you can see his name on the rods in the pictures. So it's pretty cool to have both of them. You know, you can look at the picture, you can look at the engine. He actually took some more pictures of it, and I gave him a hard time. I told him that he's gonna have to sign the oil pump or something. So when his kids take it apart, that they can see both names on it. So it's pretty cool little deal. And you may have noticed here when I pointed to the front that you can see that the timing cover is off of it now. So we figured we came this far, if we're gonna take the pan off of it and everything, we might as well seal the timing cover. And it looks like this lip is where the majority of the leak was coming from the pan. So I just wanted to get it all fixed and no more leaks. Water pump is new. We already replaced that before in the last, it was like 3 years ago now, but it's brand new. And he did order a gearbox. It is staying manual, but this one is starting to leak up here. You can see we got our the oil pan cleaned up. Vincent cleaned up all the bolts on the wire wheel. This is done painted, so we're gonna finish cleaning up the timing cover here, finish cleaning up the dampener. And one thing that I noticed is a little weird is somebody added a second groove. This looks like the factory one, and they added this one. So I'm gonna have to put it on top dead center and see which one of these marks is actually meant to be used. I mean, that's probably a good 10 to 15 degrees. So after we took the oil pan off to reseal it, on the oil pump wasn't tacked or anything, and it was kind of bumped up, and then I went to move it, and it moved really easily. So I went to take the lower part of the oil pump off to weld on the pickup, and then there was some scarring and stuff inside the pump, and then it did have a stud, aftermarket stud, holding the pump on, but it was a grade 5 polylock nut with a grade 5 washer, and the washer was actually squished when it got torqued down into the thread. So we're replacing the pump, we're using the pickup, but we're gonna weld it onto the new pump, and then we're gonna put a factory bolt for the oil pump. So we're fixing that. So I have the oil pump here. We have an unnamed vendor came in for us. So we ordered one. It wasn't gonna be here for a couple more days. So they had one in stock close by. And all clean, checked, lubed, ready to go. We have the proper stud on here, nut. Before I welded it on, I matched the angle of the engine to the pickup. So now we just need to torque it. So we're gonna get it snug down here and do it all in one fell swoop, just like that. All torqued on. Everybody's tight. Got the timing cover all cleaned up, painted, bolts and everything, got it back on. The dampener painted back on. The whole front of the engine. We got the water pump on it, crank pulley, the little high revving power steering idler, I guess that would be. So that's dual belts in case you lose your alternator belt on there. It's all front of the engine's back together. We had our unnamed parts vendor store came in clutch, right? Yeah, we'll clutch that thing. Not the bomb, bomb, bomb kind of clutch. Wipe up all this residual oil on the pan, and we're gonna get the pan gaskets in there and get the pan on this thing. I guess we're starting a tradition because Big John signed it. Yeah. Or had it signed. Somebody wrote his name on there. So we're gonna take over the oil pump here. So I'm gonna write, I'm gonna get the starter out of the way here a minute. I'm gonna put ZHP on the oil pump, and then Sir Vincent, he's gonna put his initials on there too. So now in, what is it, 2045? 2045, when he has kids. He doesn't have any kids right now. They're going to take this apart to reseal the oil pan again, and then they're going to see that. And he's going to take a picture of it, and he's going to put it in his little Corvette
Right in the memorabilia.
memorabilia page, so his little youngsters can see it. So snap your picture. What you need is a picture of me taking a picture of you taking a picture of that.
That's what we got him for.
Oh, all right, done. All right, so we got the front end done. It looks trick. Turned out good. So we're gonna start right at the front here and work our way back. We got the sway bar mount bushings are in the mail. So they're not in yet, but we have our new hardware in here, so no more loose bolts. Got our new in-links, got our new hardware for our shock. New shocks, got some ride techs in here, adjustables. Got our new ball joints, upper and lowers, inner and outer tie rods, new sleeves, adjuster sleeves, new idler arm. The drag link was good, so we kept it. Pitman arm was good, so we kept it. We got a new gearbox, kind of hard to see up in there. Nice painted black. And the cream of the crop, the top, the trophy, the everything. I think it's an oil pan. So we wound up pulling the oil pan, obviously. We took the dampener, the water pump, the timing cover off, new crank seal, and then we resealed the pan. We wound up putting a new oil pump in it, welded the pickup on, we'll tack welded it. We got the correct oil in it. We got all the front end lubed, all the joints. So I'm gonna lower it down. We are going to, whichever way you want to word it, install the front tires. Lefty tighty, righty loosey. Where's that hammer? Oh man, where's the hammer at? Oh great. Oh great, I got honors to beat the crap out of a 63 split window. All right, fair enough.
How do you feel about that?
Not very well, let me tell you, not very well. You gotta hit them all evenly. Is that how it works? You gotta, you don't want to put it on lopsided, right? Does it work that way? Well, I'm gonna lower it down. I don't like all the reverb. I got it snug tight enough to snug tight. Okay. So now we got the car on the ground. All the weight is on the suspension. Now I can tighten up the control arm. Bushings here, the end caps, so you don't get premature failure. Nobody wants your rubbers all bound up. You just don't want to have it happen. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same on all the other ones. If you wanted to, step on over here, you can get a good look at the new steering box. Look at that. Now you can get a good look at it. Look at that gleaming thing, all painted. It's a horrible idea. I just want you to know. We gotta do the lefty tighty. Man, I don't like this idea at all. We're gonna call it good. Good and tight. That's it. That's all we got for the front. On to the back.